The Prophetic Vision of Father John, October 28, 2024. I have been in touch with a very special priest for over a year now, and I have become convinced that the visions he has been receiving for almost all of his life are indeed authentic calls from heaven. They are also prophetic. I will call him Father John. He wishes to remain anonymous, and for all the right reasons. He is an American Catholic priest in good standing, and he is very dedicated to his priestly ministry and to his flock. He does not want public exposure for his visions to risk interfering with that, but I can assure you, based on my own conversations with him and my own knowledge of his situation, that he is indeed a good, holy, humble, Orthodox Catholic priest who is deeply faithful to his vocation and is under spiritual direction. Since he began sharing his visions with me over a year ago, they have edified me greatly, and I am sharing some of them here, with his permission, in hopes that they will do the same for you. When he verbally describes these visions to me, I can tell you that I really felt the truth in them. What follows is not my interpretation or understanding of his visions. I asked him to type up the vision himself, so there would be no risk I misremembered something as he explained them to me. All I did was optimize the formatting. I'd like to highlight the following excerpts from the documents he collated. The living crucifix rapidly descended towards me. The sky remained a clear blue, and yet the clouds seemed to dissipate in the wake of an extraordinary gold-silver light that emanated from him and the cross. The rapidity with which the crucifix descended itself seemed to impress upon me the notion that he was coming, and that much would indeed be burned away in his wake. For a number of years following, this same vision repeated maybe half a dozen times, always building upon itself, more elements added each time. He then shares more details from the vision, such as, the sound is coming from the cross itself. The rumble of the cross passes through every living thing, so that it literally vibrates in our bones, in every cell. All at once, we, the entire world, know that God is real and that Jesus Christ is Lord. Note that Father John received this vision long before he had ever heard of the warning, yet the experience is nevertheless in this aspect, and many other ways he explained to me, a striking prophecy about precisely that. Combining such observation, along with other features of his life and ministry as it now stands, as they relate to certain details of the vision, I cannot share more than that. A striking inference emerges. If these visions are authentic, and I believe they are, then the warning is likely very imminent. I have been hearing from so many people around the world who are experiencing entirely new and extremely heavy crosses in their lives right now. If you are among such souls, please know that this is for a reason, and you are not alone. Your brothers and sisters in Christ across the world are going through the same thing. God is putting the finishing touches on the preparation for your soul, for what lies ahead. Do not lose trust. God is about to act in an extraordinary way. Hold on. Remember that those times in which you feel desolation are not the times to make course changes in your life. Such suggestions, when they arise in those circumstances, are usually temptations from the devil. So, keep praying all of your prayers. Keep frequenting the sacraments. Keep doing what God has called you to do. Keep faithful to your vows and your vocation. Keep the flame of hope alive in your heart, even for those close to you who seem to have suddenly turned away from God definitively. Even if they have died, and no matter how they died, simply assume they made it to purgatory, and pray and fast for them with great hope. Keep your soul in God's grace. Let me share one more excerpt from the visions. Last year, I cannot remember if it was at a conference or in a webcast or what have you, I made reference to this part of the vision, as it is greatly encouraging. He first describes fire engulfing much of the world, but then adds, "In the midst of the raging flames were groups of people. They stood together in circles, facing inwards, with their back to the fire. They each held a rosary in their hands and were praying. As they prayed, and regardless of the colour and material of which the beads were made, each rosary emanated a radiant golden light. The light enveloped these groups of praying people. Wherever the light shone, the flames were halted. I distinctly remember seeing what I can only describe as islands of green grass and blue sky amidst the flames. When the flames emerge, remind yourself of God's promise. My dear Jesus showed me, with facts, how the sovereign Queen descended from heaven with an unspeakable majesty and a tenderness fully maternal, and she went around in the midst of creatures throughout all nations, and she marked her dear children and those who were not to be touched by the scourges. Whomever my celestial mother touches, the scourges has no power to touch these creatures. The servant of God, Lucia Pecoretta." Father John has received many more visions than these. If he discerns that more should be shared, then I will be sure to post them.
Welcome to Mother in Refuge of the End Times. We are excited to be releasing our 4th book of prayers, introducing our most comprehensive book of prayers to date, entitled My Daily Prayer Book, Hope of a New Heaven and a New Earth. This collection of the most beautiful prayers is dedicated to and inspired by the Queen and Mother of the End Times. As is seen on the cover page, immerse yourself in the profound richness of Catholic tradition with Mother in Refuge of the End Times, My Daily Prayer Book. This meticulously curated collection features prayers for every moment and every occasion, providing spiritual support and inspiration throughout your day. Begin each morning with powerful prayers like the morning offering in the prayer to obtain the grace of all the world's masses. Deepen your devotion with prayers dedicated to the divine will and the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Honor significant moments with consecration prayers, including those to our Blessed Mother, Saint Joseph, in the most Sacred Heart of Jesus. Engage in heartfelt devotions to the precious blood in the Holy Rosary, and find comfort in the timeless supplications to Our Lady. Enhance your spiritual armor with prayers for protection, conversion, reparation in the Holy Trinity. This comprehensive prayer book also includes special sections for confession, Mass, the Holy Souls, bedtime, and saint intercessions, ensuring you are spiritually fortified at all times. Perfect for personal devotion or as a thoughtful gift, this prayer book is your companion in faith, offering solace, strength, and a deeper connection with God. Enrich your spiritual journey today and embrace the power of prayer with Mother in Refuge of the End Times, My Daily Prayer Book. As always, we thank you so much for your support of this ministry, and may the Lord always shed His grace and love upon you.